my name is Toby Ashini. I'm the founder of Digital Marketing Skills Institute. Today we're going to be talking about how to come up with data-driven and conversion-driven content marketing strategy. And here with me is Divine. Divine was one of our past students, and he started his own agency right after the course called Content Marketer. And so I'm going to Divine. Can you just tell us a bit about your company, your agency?
Okay, thank you, Toby, for having me here today. We started Content Marketer shortly after taking the course, and what we do basically is trying to empower small businesses to be able to manage their content marketing efforts. We do that in social media, content writing, search engine optimization, and every other aspect of marketing that has to do with attracting, converting, and delighting customers through the buyer's journey.
Alright, so before we really go into discussing the topic, I remember in one of the events we had of recent, you shared with us that you actually cleared your account to attend our course. Just want to find out what inspired that decision, and also did you regret taking that step?
Okay, when I registered for the course, I actually had just 200,000 and the course was 180,000 then. So, but I had to take the decision because it was a very strategic interception of content and what I actually needed at the time. A time when I was trying to juggle between the job I was doing and actually define my career. So when I came in contact with the advert on Facebook, I was trying to do a research and then I saw further details. And the content on the course page was very engaging. I just understood that it was a defining moment and I had to take the decision. It was very strategic that I felt like I would miss out for life if I don't take that decision, and I had to pay even though I didn't know when I was going to make the next set of money.
That's interesting. That's a very big risk. But would you say it paid off?
Of course it did. Even before I finished the course, I was able to do a few things that could augment the money I paid for the course. So it is a well-deserved investment I made.
Definitely, I'm sure you've made back your money by now. You've even made some extra profit.
I have triple fold. I've made the money back over and over again.
Do you want to share part of it with me?
Of course, we can always collaborate and do things together and drive in more results.
Okay, so now that you do content marketing and you use it to help small businesses, and today's topic we're going to be talking about how to actually use data and also how to be focused in conversion as well.
Yeah.
To come up with content strategy. But first of all, can we just throw more light in terms of when we talk about content or content marketing in general, what do we mean by content marketing?
A lot of businesses, they find it very difficult to actually get results because they just jump on advertising the moment where they want to make sales a week or 2 weeks to the event, and the marketing world is actually changing. So people react more to education. People want more education. So rather than just spinning out advertisements sporadically when you want to sell a product, content marketing is a way of trying to attract people from people that are strangers, try to attract them to your business, and then you nurture them, especially via educational content. And then these people becomes hot leads, people you can easily sell to whenever you want to sell. So rather than just putting out advertisement when you want to sell a product, content marketing says you should take people through a journey that educates them on the problem they have and the solution. Then eventually you become their first point of call when they want to buy.
That's interesting because I like the way you've explained content marketing. One thing I like about content marketing is the fact that it takes you from the attracting point of view to the converting and the engaging part, which is actually what allows a business actually grow their customer base.
Exactly.
The fact that you can write a content and you can attract people just by true organic traffic. The fact that your content is engaging people to read and get them interested in what you have to do or what you have to offer, and then actually get them to convert. So I think a lot of businesses are not capitalizing on content marketing. Why do you think that is?
Well, content marketing is still, let me say, in Nigeria, it is still like on the background. A lot of people don't really understand it as a very important marketing aspect. So a lot of people, once they want to promote their business, they are looking for a digital marketer. And once they call a digital marketer, they are looking at Facebook or social media. The digital sphere is a lot bigger than just advertising on Facebook. There are a lot of touch points that buyers go through, a lot of things they interact with, and which we can harness these opportunities as digital marketers to maximize conversion. So content marketing is really important if you are going to grow your business significantly using digital media. And the reason it is very, very important also, it is less expensive than other direct digital marketing approaches. So because these people are already at the stage where they trust you, because the truth is nobody is going to buy anything from you if they don't trust you. And content marketing is the surest way to ensure that people trust your brand, and then it becomes very easy for you to sell to them. So it is cost effective, and it is a long-term strategy that ensures you have a consistent way of driving in revenue for your business.
Well, that's quite interesting in terms of the perspective you've kind of explained, because content marketing in itself, I see it as we do it every day, but we don't know we do it.
Yeah.
Because you post on social media, you're actually doing content
marketing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You run an advert, you're actually doing content marketing. You write an article on your blog, you're actually doing content marketing. So I see us doing it every day, but we don't really realize that we're doing content marketing. And I think one of the fundamental issues with a lot of businesses is that they don't actually have the right knowledge. And one of the things that really gets me kind of very, very funny is that when I go on a social media platform and I see them doing Woman Crush Wednesday, Man Crush Monday, and things like that, or thank God it's Friday, and that kind of asks me that, and I kind of look at it and I say that, okay, so what exactly are they trying to do, or what are they trying to achieve? Because the rule of content marketing is basically trying to use content in a way to get people to like and trust you, because that's one of the things that actually leads to a sale.
Yes.
Or leads to you getting a customer in the first place. So in that kind of scenario, what would you say businesses should be doing, you get what I'm saying, on their social media platform, on their on their various online channels or digital channels in general, in order to be able to to build trust and to build likes, and not just put Man Crush Monday, because it doesn't benefit the business in any particular way to kind of let people like that brand or follow that particular brand. Okay. So I don't know. I might be wrong also, because I mean, you're a content marketer, so you can.
Okay, I think it all starts from the business goal. The business goal, like we said, social media is a huge aspect of content marketing, and the truth is we cannot separate social media from digital marketing now. And it all boils down to what you said about businesses not being educated on how to effectively do content marketing. But the truth is, there are actually there are four aspects of social media marketing. But the problem is businesses don't know. They set a goal and then they set out following different tactics. Now on social media, like I said, there are four things we can do. The first is social listening, where we need to put our ears down to listen to what people are saying about our brand and about our competitors, so we can leverage on it. And then the second part of the quadrant is social networking, where we are able to see how far we are able to connect with people. And then the third part is social influencing. We want to see how far we are popular. Are people talking about it? Are people referring to our brand? And then we have the fourth one, which is social selling. Now, the social selling is what most businesses want to do, which is what keeps the business going, because it is the cash flow that keeps the business running.
I mean, there's no business without a sale.
Yes. Yeah, so but the thing is, people want to achieve social selling, and then they are doing social networking or social influencing, which is a problem we identified while auditing a lot of Facebook accounts. So I think my advice to businesses is they should understand what they are setting out to social media to do. Okay. If they are just interested in influencing, if they're just interested in listening, if they're just interested in connecting with other people, but if they are really, really interested in sales, okay, then they need to take people through a cycle of education. So if you're interested in sales, rather than saying Monday crush, Tuesday crush, you should educate people on the benefits educate people of their problem and the benefit of your product in solving that problem. Okay. So it takes them through a cycle, so they understand that you're not just there to cause booze because your competitor is there. You understand how it brings in revenue for your business.
Okay, so one of the things you said, a couple of things in terms of the four quadrant of social media or content marketing in general, is you mentioned social influencing.
Yes.
And is that what results to companies focused on vanity metrics, like likes, followers, and they try to push posts that will just get them a lot of likes and followership without actually looking at, okay, so how does this actually result into a tangible sale?
Okay, like I said, it all boils down to business goals. So some businesses, maybe their Q1 goal is to have some vanity metrics. They want to grow their likes to 10,000 followers, or they want to have people talking about their brand. You can focus on social media, social influencing, or social networking. You understand? So that's what drives brands. A lot of campaigns that are focused on just attracting people to talk about their business or follow their brand. So maybe their goal is just to influence or network, so they can focus on the other quadrants of the matrix. But those things, matrices, likes, comments, followership, they don't have direct impact on sales.
Okay, so I think from what you've said right now, what I get is that it's okay to actually focus on likes and followership, right?
Yes.
But at some particular stage, you need to focus on social selling.
You need to be able to identify how the likes you're building up translates into sale in the long run.
So I get that. So I believe there are different kind of dynamics to it. So the first thing is that your kind of likes should be your customers.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
The people that are potentially going to buy from you.
Yes.
So you try to get as many of the people that you think will like your product to like you.
Yes.
So you can, in that process, you can dish out funny content or content that would attract such audiences, right?
Yes.
And then, but you should always have a time where you're actually pushing out content on how you're going to sell to these people, and not just exactly selling to them, but helping them to understand your products and services and how it benefits them. So it's not more of like posting something and saying come and buy, but it's more of like, okay, do you know if you use this kind of, or do you know you have this kind of problem, and this is the kind of solutions that we can provide for you as a result of that, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. What I see also right now is, if we look at social listening, right? And I think that also drives a little bit to the topic that we have today, which is being data centric, right?
Yeah.
So I know you can use a tool like Mention to listen to like social engagement and things like that.
Yeah.
But the question I want to ask right now is, what should a business be looking out for when it comes to social listening? Should they be looking out for the amount of people that are talking about them, or should they be looking out to what these people are saying about them, or what exactly should they be looking at, and how should they use such information to kind of decide the direction their marketing should be going?
Okay, yes, brilliant question. The data itself we're looking at is just a collection of people's interaction on the web. So what people are saying, they have, every comment people are making on your post, there are negative comments and there are positive comments. So as a business, for you to maximize social listening, you need to look out for these two kind of comments. Now, the negative comments are going to help you improve on your product or service or the way you market them. And then the positive comments are going to help you reach the right people that actually need this thing. So businesses should be looking out for whenever their pages are mentioned, or if you are in a particular niche. Let's say you are in the food industry and you want to know when people are talking about food, or you're particularly interested in groundnut. So you want to know whenever groundnut is mentioned, maybe in a particular conversation. So you can listen to that kind of conversation, because it opens up your business to a whole new pool of market that you may not even be aware of. So you need to listen when people are talking. Basically, whatever they are saying that revolves around your industry or your business, you should know when your business is mentioned. So that you know when you can use the positive comments to improve, to reach a new set of market, and the negative comments to review and improve on your product or service.
Okay, I think that's very good. One thing I also see about using those data is that you have a lot of those information, and I remember when we have the chance to talk to a set of companies, some companies, their marketing team, and we ask them, what do they do, how do you do it, and things like that. Those questions and the answers of those things come very, very easy.
Yes.
But when it comes to why should I care, I think when you're listening to your customers, when you're using those tools, you kind of try to understand the reasons why they're not buying your product.
Exactly.
And the reasons why they are buying your product. And I think that in itself is a weapon for marketing, because if you understand that people are not buying your product for X reasons, then it just means that you need to dish out content or push more awareness into trying to explain the reasons or give them answers to the reasons why they are not buying.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And if you know why they are buying, then you just amplify those. You amplify those information, and I think it's very, very critical for businesses to start doing that.
Yes.
So that they understand the right way to what they call it, to get their
to reach their audience.
Yeah, to reach their audience. Sorry, can you remind me? You mentioned social listening,
social influencing, social networking, and social selling.
All right. So we've not discussed about social networking, right? So when you're talking about social networking, are you talking about cooperating, or I know there's something on Instagram where you can do share for share and things like where you try to collaborate with somebody and then you share each other's content.
Yeah.
Is that part of what you're talking about, or is it more? It's quite funny because I taught you this, but now you look like you're the one teaching me this time around. So that's quite a very, very interesting thing that is happening here.
Interestingly, a lot of businesses do social networking without knowing it. Now, when you're posting an article, or maybe you're putting up a post on Facebook or on Instagram, and you're tagging other businesses that have relationship with what you do, you're trying to network. And when other brands post and they are connecting with you, they are trying to network with you. Now, the point, if you want to increase your network, then you need to engage people in that particular niche to an aspect, to a point when people now see you as a trusted brand. You know, you can leverage on the network of another business. So when people are trying to talk about a particular thing and they feel like, okay, you have a pool of people in your audience they can reach to, and they always connect with you, that gives you a sense of how networked you are in the industry and how popular you are. So if you're looking at growing an authority in that field where people can also always make reference to you, then you're building a network. So when people post and they connect with you, or when you're posting and you're tagging page A, page B, or you're mentioning their names, you're trying to expand the network to these people.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because I remember, just let us look at the algorithm of most of these social media platforms, right? What they try to do is they try to see how your post interact immediately you post it. So when the post goes out, they show it to a small number of people and see if they interact with that particular post. And so if you're going to use social networking very well, what you could really do is to post and tag a couple of people that you know that can extend your reach, and then once they interact with such posts, then it automatically gets to more people, and then your post has the potential of living longer, right?
Yes.
So I do understand that, and that actually makes sense. Thanks for sharing this. Okay, so in order to let's put this to an end right now, right? So can you just talk a little bit about if you're going to tell someone on how to come up with a content strategy, for example, what are the steps the person should take in order to be data centric? Because we spoke about analyzing data and being able to understand what's stopping them from buying and what is making them buy your product, right? But what are the steps exactly that one should really take in order to be able to get like the full benefit of content marketing, not just on social media but on various platforms online?
Okay, now like we said, the content marketing strategy, social media, SEO, all those other strategies, they all come under the umbrella of content marketing strategy. So the first thing you need to do is, there's this popular saying that we have the problem before we go for the solution. So every successful business have to exist on the basis of
an existing
problem.
Okay, makes sense.
So if you are going to start marketing that product, the first thing you need to do is to understand where there's a need for this problem, and that is where listening, researching, gathering of data comes in. So the whole data and content marketing thing, like you said, it's something businesses do without even knowing it, and because they don't know, they don't have a documented framework for it, so they're just trying things. So but I'll just summarize it in 3 simple steps. So the first thing you need to do is to gather data. who are your consumers. Now, the data gathering is going to have a lot of other things inside, like defining your audience, defining your goal, and putting all those metrics inside.
So basically knowing who your customers are.
Yes. Know who your customers, are, where they hang out, what are they saying. If you have a competitor, what are your audience saying about these competitors?
Okay.
So are they saying something good about them, or is there something you can leverage on? Now, if you put down all these dots, it gives you an idea of the kind of content you should put to gain these people that already have problem with your competitor, or these people that your competitor is not harnessing.
Okay, so let me stop you there. So that's quite a very, very interesting point you raised. So what you're trying to say now is that you shouldn't just listen to your own brand, but you should also listen to your competitor's brand.
Yes, exactly.
All right,
you should listen to where the discussion is happening. Now, let me quickly add, there are a lot of places you can hear apart from using those tools. In Nigeria, when you go to nairaland.com, you see a lot of people come there to express their displeasure about something, and people also come there to express satisfaction.
Okay.
So that's a good place to also get information, learn about your audience. If you also are part of groups, maybe on LinkedIn, where professionals come to talk about what's happening in the industry and what people really need, it also gives you a sense of insights to what people are expecting. So that's the first part. When you gather this data, then you're able to make meaning out of the data. You understand, okay, there are actually people buying this product, but these people have this concern, they have this concern. So now your job as a business person is now to create content that would counter those negative views people already have about the product, or content that would amplify the positive part of what people are already experiencing on those platforms.
Okay, I mean, it's just that in Nigeria you can't do direct competition.
No, you can't do that for now. No.
But I mean, I see a lot of adverts in the US and in the UK where they try to understand what's the issue, what people don't like about a particular brand.
Yes, and they even mention the brands.
And then they come and tell you 10 reasons why you should migrate from this company to my company, and then they give you those reasons, and you're like, wow.
No, our marketing here hasn't gotten to that. It hasn't gotten to that peak yet.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, by law, I mean Nigerian law, advertising law, and marketing law, you're not allowed to do such direct comparison. But it's interesting because I mean other brands have also found interesting manners of doing it. So
yes.
I guess what you've said right now is that the first point is to try to understand who your customer is.
Yes.
So you do your customer research and you also do your competitor's research.
Yes.
And then from there, what you're trying to say also is that you can now determine what to push out in terms of content, and also where your customers are located, or where
they're most likely to consume the content you're producing,
or where their customers exactly where other people are finding their competitor basically.
Yes.
So they can also push content in those platforms. So I guess we still have a couple of, like you said, 3 steps.
Yes.
Yeah,
so the final part, what you just touched, after you identify where they are, then you create the content. The last thing is to distribute the content. Yeah. Okay. So now when you distribute content, it is informed by where your target audience is, which is the information you get out from the database. Okay. And then you've created content that is proposed for that particular channel. So you distribute, and then the last part, which I didn't add it as part of the number, is where a lot of businesses are missing it. When you distribute content, both on social media, on your website, it doesn't stop at distributing content. There are loads of content that are just going from your content team to your website and then to the trash bin. We need to analyze, we need to measure the result of the hours of effort we are putting into content creation. Okay. So now that analyzing and measuring is also serves as the stage 1 of another content production phase, because you now need to gather data from the interaction you've had with the content you just distributed. The data can tell you the demographics, which people are consuming this content. If it's on social media, you can say, okay, people in Lagos like this post more, or people like the post with black, or people. It gives you a rich information that would also guide your next content creation process and distribution.
Makes sense. So what you're saying basically in summary is you do the research, know your customer, know your competitors, how your customers or your potential customers or your competitors' customers are reacting to the products,
Yes, that's
the
correct.
products that you sell,
Yes.
and then create content that's based on your findings,
Yes.
which is basically, and then you distribute that particular content. So
Yes.
what I get also is that the first part, which is the research, allows you to easily do those last two, right?
Definitely.
So if you don't mind, right, I would like us to share with our audience, right, a couple of tools that you think would be good to be able to do research.
Okay. Yeah, interestingly, there are tools that help us do some of these manually impossible tasks. So with digital tools, they are very easy. Top of the list, I always use is Google Trends. Google Trends tell you what people are talking about over a given period of time. So it helps you know what kind of thing you should also be talking about if you want to tap into the discussion. So you're not posting something that has happened in the 90s and then you discover that nobody is sharing or nobody's engaging with you.
Yeah. I mean, you can post something in the 90s also, as far as it's trending, to be honest. So,
yes.
So Google Trends kind of basically just allows you to know what exactly is trending at a specific point in time.
Yes, it gives you an overview of what people are talking about, what people are searching.
So in the quadrant, where do you see that is? I think that would probably benefit more in the social influencing.
Yes.
The social influencing, because if you have a very nice content, then you can use that to push it out.
Yes.
And influencing people to react to your brand,
exactly.
like your brand, follow your brand, and things like that.
Exactly. If you're looking at social influencing as a goal, and you get a topic trending on Google Trends, it's very good surface for you to put it, because once you put it out there, you know there are a lot of people hungry for that kind of information to connect with you. Then you can also use Google Alerts to know when people talk about your product or a particular topic that you're interested in. So you put Google Alert also. So once there's a news about it, once there's a breaking news, when people are talking about it, you get an alert on your email about it. You can also use Fan Page Karma for Facebook. It can give you an overview of how you are doing on social media, the kind of things, negative comments, positive comments, the word cloud, the kind of things people are talking about in your own product and even that of your competitor. There is Social Bakers. They also give you overview reports on how your social media is doing and also that of your competitors. Now you can also get a lot of data from your Facebook page itself. When you go to the insight aspect of your Facebook, you can see a lot of information. The demographics, it can tell you where people are liking your post from. It can tell you your post, which one did better. It can also tell you the kind of content that your audience like, if it's the video, if it's audio, if it's images, or the ones without images. Your Facebook Insight can give you all those data.
Wow, this is very, very lovely. Okay, so thanks for sharing so much value with my audience.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I really appreciate you coming on board. What I would just say is that if you really loved what we've discussed and you kind of want to really benefit from it, then I think it might be better for you to take some time to look at our digital marketing course.
Yes.
And see if it's the right fit for you. But one of the best tools I always tell people is just call in and we'll be able to explain how our course will benefit you very, very well. I mean, this Divine cleared his account. That's what I'll keep on saying, right? To attend our course, and he didn't regret it. Now he's doing so good in his own business, and is making money, and he has refused to pay me some royalty. But I'll let that fly. Anyways, thanks for coming, Divine. Do you have any final words?
Okay. Yes. On a final note, I think there are two ways to achieving whatever you want to achieve as a business person or as a career person. The first way is to sort it out yourself. Sorting it out yourself is going to involve you investing a lot of time and a lot of money trying and failing. Now that might take you a long time, and the truth is 99% of persons have given up trying to sort it out. Then the other way is to learn from people that have actually been there. And I'm very grateful that I took the opportunity of the second way when I had the chance, from learning from Digital Marketing Skill Institute. It's an institute that will help you not just learn the skills but also guide you. I've been receiving support, agency support from here, and from time to time when there's need for collaboration, I get industry standard collaborations without having to pass through some hurdles. So if you really need to make a difference in your business or in your career, advise to check out the courses. You might not take our words for it, but check out the courses, the content, and what other people have seen, and then
So are you saying this because I'm here, or you really?
No. It's not about that. I'm pouring out my heart. The truth is, I've been there and I've had encounter with some other people, and I appreciate it when people are trying to sort it out themselves. It's possible. We're not ruling out the impossibility. It is the possibility. It's possible, but it's going to take you a lot of time. And at the end of the day, you will spend more money trying and failing than you would have spent in working hand in hand with someone that's already been there.
The truth of the matter is, I do agree with you because I've had a personal experience myself. I remember when I got into this, it took me losing a lot of money, my savings, and trying to figure it out myself. Even figuring it out myself, the honest truth is I don't say it, but I probably spent like times 3 or times 4 the amount I lost initially. But finally, I got it, and look at where we are today. So I think it's a very good thing to actually take some time, which is what I regret, not having someone that I can actually learn from and be able to avoid all the bumps on the road and be able to get a very smooth ride. But sometimes also, even though you have that support, you still have to hit some roadblocks.
Of course.
The good thing there is that you have someone to
fall back
on, and I guess that's part of the reasons why. For us, it's very, very important that we give that 1 year support for our students in order to ensure that they get the best, not just after they finish, not just during their time in the course, but also after they actually finish with us. So anyways, Divine, really appreciate you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Alright, so do like and subscribe to our channel. Also, ensure you go to our course page to look at it. It fills up very fast. So you should register if you're interested. If not, you might have to wait a month or 2.